Quack, quack. Bingo, bingo. All right. Let's see if people will start to drop here. And this thing should work. Wait for people to join here. Go, see did this. Boom, boom, pow. Connection is good. Okay. Need to have this to the side. Okay, okay, okay. Do we have, so we have Mohamed Amin Amara. Hello there, welcome back. Okay, so how's it going, everyone? Pretty good, I hope. Okay, let's wait for some people to join here. What about the Discord? Let's notify them here. I just wanna do Discord. By the way, Discord, the link is on the description of this video, so just go ahead and follow me there. Okay, let's say hello at Mohamed. Hi, buddy. And welcome back. Let's send them the link. Okay, how can I get the link? Get the link, get the link. Let's wait for more people to join. Copy this thing. Kaboom. So let's add everyone here. Hi. Join the live. Boom. Good. Here we go. Okay, well, everybody seems offline here. Tic-tac. Okay, let's get ready for this live. All right, I really will be here in a minute. Okay, so we'll start in 20 seconds this live stream. So let's get into it, and I hope no problem will occur, because the last time it was really a bad experience with technical issues and slowing computer and the kind of stuff. So here I try to make everything under control. All right, 3 people there. How's it going, everyone? Okay, let's get into this. Okay, let me just switch this. What's good, Prestashop? What's up, man? Hello, noob. How's it going, buddy? All right, let's get into this thing, right? And what about displaying some chat box here? What about doing this, YouTube, and show up? Oh no, that's not the correct one to display. Shit. Restore the chat box. Okay, open the chat box. There you go. Okay, so if that bother you, the chat box, we can just get rid of it. Just tell me in the description, okay? All right, let's get into this. So what I'm going to do today, it's basically creating an Angular app that will be consuming the web services of Prestashop, and that's it. Pretty fun, I think. So let's get into our very first thing that we need to do, which is basically enabling the web services in Prestashop. So you need to go to the admin panel here, go to this configure, go to web services, and from there you simply need to create or add a new service. So by default it will be disabled. You will have something like this. You simply need to turn it on, and after that you need to generate a new key that you'll be used later to consume that web service right here. Okay, once that done, we basically won't get back to the Prestashop side, and we'll be focusing on the Angular side of things. Great. So let's see. Now I have a very basic Angular app I created using the NgCLI. So I'll go ahead and just whip everything that we have already now in this app components, and also let's close the other pages, but because we don't need them for now. And here I will go ahead and start by creating some HTML stuff here, and I'm going to add the title here because it passes through the component, through the app components right here. There we go. So the title for now is PS Shop. We don't really give a shit about it anyway. So I'll go ahead and create my very first component. So the components basically will be very basic things, the menu and the product components and the homepage components, some really basic stuff. So I'll go ahead and split my terminal right here. And oops, what's going on? Come on. Okay, so cd the app here, the src for now, and the app, and I'll go ahead and create a new directory, and I call that component. There we go. So cd this components, and inside it, as I said, I'm creating the very first component. So again, the NgCLI, NgGenerate component, and call this the side menu, right? So for now I will keep simply one single component, and later I'll be playing around with more of them. Okay, so here he said NgGenerate. Yeah, sorry, I just missed some letter here. NgGenerate. There we go. NgGenerate components. That's fine. Upgrade to 1.11.1. Well, it's not a big deal. It's still the same. Maybe in the future I will do that. But anyway, thank you for the suggestion, Mohammed. Okay, so we have our very first component, and also the schematics of Prestashop did update of Angular, sorry, did update the app module components. Do we need another component here? Yeah, what about creating the product component? It's free. Okay, so let's start by implementing our stuff here. So start with a container. Supposedly we'll be using Bootstrap here, but it's not installed yet. We'll be installing that in a second, and I will create the very first row. So what about changing this basically to the header here? So this will be the header part of our website, and I'll go ahead and create a div that will be also if class equals to, come on, let's go row. Okay, so this will be like the body of the content. Let's assign it to be an ID here. It's better because it's more global components. Okay, so subject some stuff, some random stuff. We don't really care what kind of content we'll be editing right now. So here we said that we'll be having the logo to the right, to the left side, and the menu to the right side. So basically the point of this tutorial is not really to create something beautiful in terms of UI, but to basically train how to consume web services and how to especially use the NgRX with our application. Okay, so I'll go ahead, as I said, and create the very first element. So to be called 6 here, and duplicate that too. So here will be the logo going on here. Come on, shitty. and you're going to insert the app menu, side menu right there. So just make sure that everything is imported on the app module, etc., to avoid any issues. Now we could visualize, and it seems like broken because simply we don't have Bootstrap installed. So let's go ahead and do Bootstrap here, and get it to the main website here, and npm install next. Okay, well, let's get a CDN for now. It's maybe faster. App components, not that one, sorry, I mean app component.css. Yes, there's one. All right, so is this now? It's a link rel. Go directly to the title here, and that's fine. So let's say if this will make things slightly better for us. Yes, it does, except this is a bit wrong. So let's see what went wrong with that. So we have the container here. This is the body. This is the, okay, this is the mistake. So let's change this to something else. This will be basically the header here. Get rid of this and remove this. Like this, we have the header. And we need to create another container class here. So container, there you go. Just need to place this little div all the way down just to wrap everything inside the container. And this is better. Okay, this is start to look better. Now I'll go ahead and move to the NgRX side. So what is NgRX? It's basically the equivalent of Redux in the React. So it's used for dealing with the state. It's basically a tool to state management. And to use it, basically, we need to start by installing it. Pretty obvious here. So NgRX, and let's go to install. Let's go NgRX install right there. So we'll be landing into a website. Okay, so Mohamed again said, why? So why you put HTML and the body tag in the app components? Yeah, it's just a choice. You can separate them basically to have like a header component, footer component, and a main component or something like that. But here, just to keep things simple and to go, let's say, to speed up things, I put all the HTML on the app component. Yeah, that's a choice. So as I said, let's go ahead and install the NgRX. And again, we have three choices. We can use Yarn or the CLI, or simply stick with the npm. You can pick whatever option you want. So back to my terminal here. And also I'd like to install the NgRX effects because we're going to need them later, and also the dev tools. So again, I'll pick this this reference. All right. Oh, come on. It's right here before the save, and I'll go ahead and, as I said, install the dev tools because we need it to enable the extension, the Redux extension in Chrome. Okay, so let's wait that it does finish, and the time it does finish, I'd like to show you the plan. So where is code block theme? Not this one. Let's get into this one for now, and let's navigate to it. Like it. No, it's not this one. All right, let's go to online content creation, video ideas, and where is it? Where the heck is it? Recaptcha, Prestashop, VS Code. Anyway, it's not a big deal. So it does finish right there. What is the plan? JavaScript, Angular. Yes, this is it. So I just need to in-check all of these things. So the very first thing that we did is enabling web services on the admin panel, create the app. We did that. We installed the NgRX effect. Now let's go ahead and create actions. All right. So actions, if you don't know what is actions, it's basically a definition of certain action that may happen in your application. Okay, so actions, what is the actions? Go to advanced, not there, but architecture, advanced here stuff. And this is the link to the actions. Very simple to understand. You simply need to go this website and you will get a better idea. So here I'll go ahead and create actions. So to do that, again, we need to just navigate to the files here, and in the under the app here, interfaces, a store. Well, it seems like I already created these things. So I created basically a store directory, and we have two directory inside it, action and reducers. So for now we'll be focusing on actions, and here I'll create a product actions.ts, and here actions will be multiple actions. All right, so now we could move back to this website, to the documentation, and right there we could get a better idea about actions and what are actions here. So I'll go ahead and for now copy this, all right, to speed up a bit things. And let's put this down here. Okay, so here we started with an import from the NgRX. We imported the props method and the create action methods. Okay, and this is how we basically define an action. So we give it a name, for example here login, and we call the create action from the NgRX store. And we are passing a string here that will be the key. Let's say what is the action that is happening right now. It's login, a login action from the login page. Okay, and we are using also this props method that basically allow us to pass a payload to our let's call it to the function that will be handling this action. Okay, so in our case, when we log in, we need to pass a username and a password as a payload. Okay. All right, now let's adapt this to our need here, and I'm going to name this login, but instead of login, let's say view or get product. Okay, there you go. And here product page, and it will be view product, view. Okay, view. That's fair enough. And right here, we basically don't need any of these username or password. We simply will need to have an ID. So that will be basically the product ID, and it will be of type number. Okay, that's our action well defined now. So we can create another action, for example, like update or delete, whatever. So update here, it will be product page, and it will be update right here. And again, we need to pass an ID of type number, and also we'll be passing an object, product object. So it will be called product here, and it will be for now of type an object. Let's keep things simple right here. Okay, do we have any questions? No, we don't have. 4 people are watching. Okay, so let's move back to our plan here. For the action, we created them already. Now we can go ahead and create reducers. So what are reducers? They are basically classes or functions, pure functions that will intercept these actions. For example, when we dispatch an action called update product or get product, then there will be a reducer somewhere in our system that will intercept that actions and do some treatment. Okay, so to create reducers, again, it's pretty simple, and the documentation is well built and well documented. So this is basically how to create an action. But to create a reducer, this is how we can do it. So I will go ahead and copy these things quickly, and I will explain this later. So here I'll go ahead and create product, and again, reducer is here, and yes. Okay, so simply paste that thing right there, and let's talk about this. So first we need to import this create reducer again from the NgRX store. That it's a pure function that will allow us to create a reducer function to handle state transition. It's very simple. And the very first parameter, as you may see here, is the initial state. Okay, so if you look at the signature of this method, we do see that we have the initial state that will be of type any. Okay, so we need to create this initial state, and it will be basically a description of the default state. And in our case, it will, come on, what the heck is wrong with this keyboard? It will be, it it will be product with let's say the title that will be of type string, or for now to be a null, and it will going to have also the price, for example, and it will be for now also null, and it'll be having also description. So by the way, all the data will be getting from the web service of Prestashop, but for now just defining the boilerplate that I can boot up my application. Okay, so after passing the very first parameter, which is an initial state, we need to call another method, which is the on. So again, we need to import that from the NgRX store here, and we'll be passing the very first action. So this method, this on method, basically need to know what kind of action to intercept, to deal with, basically, and what kind of treatment to do. Okay, so here we need to pass the very first action. So first, let me just get rid of all this, because for now I only define one single action, one single reducer, sorry. Okay, so scoreboard, here's the example. We need to use our actions, and our action here will be whether get product or update product. So to make things more simple to us, I'll go ahead and export product actions here that will equal let's do const here, equals to an object of get product and of update, come on, update product. Okay, good. Now we can get rid of these exports, we don't need them. There you go, nice. Also, we can create an enumeration here with all these strings, so that will be easier and simpler for us. So what about also exporting this? Okay, we're going to export this later, so let's go ahead and define it. Const enum here. Enum, let's call this product action strings. Okay, then as I said, it'll be an enum here. So come on, I'm struggling with this keyboard. Hamza al-Bidwi, hello man, thank you for joining. Okay, so as I said, we'll be doing this. So here it will be, let's say it will be get like this, and it will be containing a string, and we are going to have, sorry, it's an equal because it's an enum here, and update that will equal to this little string right here. Okay. All is set. Now we can do this. So instead of a static string, we can use get or post or something like that. We need that is basically defined inside our enum. And also I'd like to export this enum, right? So we could use it later somewhere else. Oh no. Okay, now let's move back to our reducer here, and let's replace this. So now we start with a literal import here, and we can define what kind of action we would like to intercept. And in my case, I will define the get product. So by the way, if you notice that I did bad practice, I can say, because I exported actions with something that it has no relation with actions, right? Because I exported also the enum. But anyway, I would like to speed up things. So now we will say what kind of treatment you need to do when I pass you this kind of action, when I pass you get product. So basically we'll be spreading the object state into this state. We won't have any things other than this. So if, for example, okay, I just made a mistake here, because reducer, we cannot call an API. We cannot come here somewhere in the reducer and say, for example, http.get and the URL. We need to delegate this to what we call effects, and we'll be introducing that later. But for now, to basically use this get product actions, which is this one here, we need to pass an ID, okay? So we need to get an ID, the state. Wait a second here, let me just think. Okay, why the message of Mohammed is being retracted here? Opening a browser. Just need to think a bit because I kinda lost the solution. Mohammed. Okay, live chat. Okay, just he deleted the message. Wait a second. So we said when we dispatch an action called get product, then we'll be passing an ID, and we don't need to update the state basically. Wait. So here, sorry for that. Instead of get product like this, here we will be passing an object. So be doing something similar to this. All right. And I explain this later. So here we'll be having a product as a parameter, and we'll be spreading that inside here. Okay. So we created the action, we created the reducer. Now let's go ahead and activate the support of stores into our application. So to do that, you need to go to the app module as here and go to store module, import store module, and here I'll use the for root method. Sorry, it won't, well, it didn't. Okay, now for root, and we need to pass an object that the value will be, the key will be the name of the let's say the portion of the state, what kind of name we would like to assign it. So here I'll do product, and what kind of reducer will be handling this, and my reducer here will be, for instance, product reducer. Okay, and we need to export that for now. Export. Okay, so here if you look at the documentation, you will see something slightly different. So you will need to do this basically if you are running a not IV compiler, as written here. Note: export a reducer function is necessary as a function call are not supported the View Engine AOT compiler ahead of time. It's no longer required if you are using IV as a default compiler. So this means like if you are running Angular 8 above, I think, when they start using IV, then you don't need really to do this, but just to know that. This is why I did this, okay? So I go ahead and define it right here. Just need to import it. Come on, export, const reducer. Sometime this import does not work well. So let's go ahead and import this manually here. And I go ahead and import. And that will be from... where am I now? Come on. So let's go. Oops, sorry. Go inside the store / reducers / product, and that's what we can find now. Now, one more thing I would like to enable is the dev tools. And as I said, this will allow us to see some logs on the console of our application, of the browser, basically. So we simply need to paste that line here, and we need also to import the environment file and the store dev tools module. Okay, good people. Now let's go back to the front application, start your inspector, and let's say if we don't have any issue here first. So the text is ugly. Make this bigger, and there we go. So we have the Redux. This is the extension that will be watching the state and seeing what's going on. So if we look to the action, for now we don't have any action except the init, the main, the very first action, and this is our current state. This is the initial state, and we have no action dispatched. Now let's go ahead and add some buttons and some interaction to our application. So I'll go back to app components here, and in the body here I'll go ahead and create a button, right? So this button, assign it some classes here. It will be btn default, something like that, and let's say get product. Okay, so this get product, when we click on it, will be executing a call. Okay, so let's say it will be get product. So this method is not defined yet. We're going to define it in a second here. So we need to move back to our app component.ts, and somewhere here, let's say call this method. Okay, so there we go. Okay, sorry. So at this point we need to create an action. Sorry, I said no sense things. We need to create a service that will be used to call the web services from the Prestashop. Where am I now? So I'm inside components. Let's go back, and I'm going to create a shared directory. So this will be shared. There we go. File exists. Good. So shared. Let's get into this. And here, do we have anything right there? Well, we have services. Let's get into services. And here, NgGenerate service, and I will call this API, product API, whatever name you want to pick. Let's get into this service, and yes, this is it. So the constructor, the very first thing we need here is to inject the HTTP, because we need to call some endpoints here. So it will be of the HTTP client here, and we good. So the very first method will be get product. Come on. And it will take an ID of type number here, and it will return an observable. And to keep things simple, I will set that to be an any. Okay, and here I will do this dot, come on, this dot http dot get here, and let's set the return statement to be any, and we're passing the URL. Okay, so here we need to construct the URL. So first we need to have a base URL that will be a const, or well, we can keep it simple. So it will be our localhost slash something. So let's go localhost slash not that. Let's go demo, for example, slash API, and I'll go ahead and copy this, and I will extract this later. So this is our endpoint for now, and we'll be having also a complement. Okay, URL complement. Okay, let's keep it simple here. So it will be basically containing that little output JSON equals that. There we go, semicolon, and we're good. Now we can construct our URL here. So what about doing a const URL URL? Okay, so it will equal to the base URL concatenated with slash products. Is it an S? Products, yes, with an S, and we'll be passing the plus ID here, and be plussing that with the URL, sorry, not there, URL comp. There we go. So we have now a fully qualified URL that we could use to call the endpoint. Okay, so just one more thing here is to add this little return there, and we are good to go. Okay, so next, if we move back to our get component, we need also to inject the state of the store, sorry. So we'll be having again a private state here that will be of type state. Come on, state from the NgRX. There you go. I forgot the curly braces. What's the matter, buddy? State of type T. So state, skip it any for now. Okay, so let's see if I can state dot dispatch. I think I imported the wrong. It will be of type store. Come on, yes, store. Now we can do dispatch normally. Yep, there we go. So this is store object. I just need also to indent this to store will allow us to select a portion of the state and to display it and do whatever we want with. So here I'll go ahead and dispatch our very first action, which is get product. So I'll go ahead and do this dot a store dot dispatch. And this dispatch, look, what does it take? Simply take an action. So my action here will be of type product action, and it will be get product. Okay, so get product dot, come on, we just need to import this here, and it will be get product method. So we have a little error here saying that it's a big long error. That is basically saying that this dispatch method or this action basically need to have a payload. So if you remember, we passed a product here that we needed to be passed as parameter that we can display the content of this product. Okay, how make it with the Prestashop? Hi, Isaac Veras. How make marketplace with the Prestashop? Well, there is plenty of modules I think there that allow you to do this. Yeah, you just need to spend some money because I think they are a bit expensive. Okay, so let's get back into this little example here, and I would like to dispatch this. So dispatch, and let's also add a little object here that will be of type product. Come on, I think I forget the syntax of dispatch here. Yeah, the thing that you should not have no shame in case you forget it's happened. Dispatch, here we go. Where is the dispatch? I need an action. Well, is it here? Yeah, sorry. I just need to mention that when we call this create action does return a method that I need to call, okay? So here, instead of doing the no sense things I wrote here, I just need to do this, okay? So it's basically a method, and here it's expecting to have a product that looks something like this. Okay, so I just here I made things worse for me, but anyway, let's test this. So here I'll go ahead and test and see if we'll have an action dispatched. Why the hell is so big? So this is our button here, productive view. Did I click on the button? Okay, so there is no action here. Once I click, boom. So we have an action dispatched called the product views, and the action looks like this. We have the product and we have the type. So the product is empty. We need to add something to this product. So for now, let's define an object to be, let's say, what kind of data. So here we need to define the title to be product title. What? Product title. We need also to define the description of the product. Yes, description. Some lorem stuff, and the price. Let's say it will be of type 125. Okay. Now let's say if this state will get updated correctly. Okay, again, click. Right, let's see the state. So this state still price null. and nothing happened. Okay, let me look at my action here. So I passed the title, the product title. Well, that's not working as expected. Let's get a look at this action here, the product action. So we pass the product here, how the reducers look like. So this is the reducer that we are passing, the initial state. State dot price dot description. I don't understand. This is the get product. And here, what kind of action? I dispatched the get product and I passed the product title. What about doing this? Product. Nope. So this is the state. And we're going to have a payload here. So let's do this. And call this product, sorry. And this will be something like this, product. So we spread that product again. And let's see what will happen. So again, click. Here we go. How the states look like. Well, what the heck? Boom, boom, boom. Just give me a second. Okay, so here I dispatched a product action and I passed here some parameters. So if we go to this get product action, there you go. So it's product get and it has props called the product. Okay, now if I go to product reducer, and this is where we do intercept this get. So we're expecting to have a get here with a product. All right, let me just see this in action. So we go ahead and add a semicolon right there. Don't forget to return here. Just wanna do some console log here. So go log here. Come on. Console log. And I'll be logging the product just to see how it looks like. There you go. Okay. Now right here, I will need to see the console. Okay, for now we have nothing. On click. Okay, look at this. We have the product and we have the type. So what is the problem? The product. Wait a second here. So if I check this, let me see the state. My current state look like this. Ah, there you go. It's working. It's working, except I need to rechange my state signature here. So instead of this, let's put them inside a product like this, and it will be containing an empty object. Come on, for goodness sake. It will be containing an empty object, and no, normally we will have a correct state. Okay, click, boom, state. There we go. So we have our state. We can call it whatever we want. It's basically coming from the app module. This is how we define it. So we can rename it to whatever we want, like the cart or shopping cart, whatever. And this is our object cart, our object product, sorry. And we have a little message in here, coupons. Yassine, thank you, Yassine, you're welcome. Okay. Now we can finally call our API. All right, so we need first to imagine how we will build our actions. So normally here on the app component, when I do click on that little button here, I will be dispatching an action called get product. I'll be passing the ID of product instead of this object, no sense object, okay? And, okay, wait a second. And the dispatcher here that will receive that action. Also, sorry. So basically this action will be intercepted by an effect that will get the ID, query the web service, and update the state, okay? So this call will basically go through an effect instead of a reducer. And here, I'll go ahead and create a new directory and call this effects, or yeah, okay. And I call this product.effects.ts. Okay, so if you don't know what is effects, simply need to go to the documentation and you will understand everything. It's fairly simple to understand. Some examples are straightforward and you will be able to understand. So effects are basically functions that allow us to execute web services call. Generally, this is the purpose, and update the state without passing through the classic way, like injecting a service into your constructor and go all the way there. So it's kind of separating the logic from your store, okay? So this is my effects here. So it's basically, it's a service, okay? So to create an effect, first you need to create a service. So where am I now? PWD, I'm inside services, go some steps back. Come on, and now go to store, effects, and right there, ng generate service, and call this product dot effects dot ts. I know that I already created a file, so here just call it effects, keep it simple. And I will simply copy what? I will copy this little things with the constructor and explain what's going on later. Okay, good. So let's open this little one here, and there we go. So we have a constructor, product effect. What the heck is this name? Why it's look like this? Cannot find effect. Well, I used the dot, I'm sorry. What's kind of no sense there? Stupid things, effects.ts. But the name must be something else. So I'll go ahead and whip this out and recreate my service. Okay, so here, whoa, that has no sense. Effect, there you go. This is the correct name. Yeah, 2 viewers, I know, just kinda silly video, sorry about that. Okay, so this is the product effect service, yes, and this is the spec, this is the service. So as I said here, I copied some stuff from the documentation, and for now let's go ahead and import this action that is coming from the NgRX and movie service. So movie service, sorry, here will be our product service that we created here. Okay, so let me just copy this little name here. It will be private, let's call this API simple, and it will be of type that thing. There we go. So the constructor is well set up now. Now we go ahead and update this to load, for example, product or get product. So we have a $sign that is simply saying that this will be an observable. And here we are calling another method from the NgRX is called create effect. So it will allow us to create effects. The special thing about create effects, other than doing whatever treatment inside, it ends up it ends up with dispatching another action, right? So here, for example, after dealing with all these pipes and stuff, we end up with a little map, and inside it we are returning an action with the name and the payload here. So this is what we are going to do exactly. And here, let me go ahead and import all these things, the merge map too. Well, come on, the merge map. this movie service. Instead it will be API here, and here we get product method, and it will take an ID that will be updating this later. Let's go ahead and import the map to, okay, we need to import them manually anyway. Okay, so the map and the catch coming from the NgRX. Okay, let's put this there, one there. There we go. Except the pipe that we need to import it from whatever. Okay, so get product expecting to have 1 parameters. Okay, so if we look to the get effect, normally we'll find an example that it contain parameters, create effect, login, action, this action of type. Wait a second. So this will be the action. Okay, just need to see the payload. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. Merge map this, get all. So see, NgRX effect. Let's get into this method here. Create effect. So say extend effect conf, dt extend dispatching, extend effect. What is that? Sound effect of this source, a conditional this alike config partial. Okay, so if type. Well, for now, let's statically insert that thing. Insert 1. Okay, still have a little issue with this pipe. Merge get and okay, we need to call payload movies type. So this won't be the type, but instead it will be of type product actions dot get product. So this is where we tell this effect to intercept what kind of action. And if it's of that type, okay, just need to know how NgRX affect payload. Just stop mapping your payload. Well, look at this. Observable, blah blah blah, of type action. Concat load map new load action of type load action dot user dot payload. This is how it might be done previously. Well, if type action payload. Wait, this is the key here. Okay, let's forget about this. By the way, we don't need this annotation anymore. So yeah, public load observable action, this action pipe of type load action. Okay, and we have action dot load. Yes, okay. So the thing here, we need to say that will be of type product action. Call that what? Come on, where is the product action? This is the product action dot. Okay, I'm saying no sense. Product action. Just need to define an interface here. So go ahead and define an interface, and I'll call this product action interface, and it will be something like this. Okay, so we start with a type that will be of type any, and be having the payload also to be of type any. Okay. So if we do apply this into our get, create action, product get. Okay, just need to see what kind of, we did export this, export. There you go. Let's export that thing. There you go. So here, normally we can do product action. No, I mean this. Product get product dot what? Get product dot load action type. Load action dot payload. Dot. Oh, come on. Okay, guess of type, the thing, switch, get pipe. I just need to pass a param. Handling the flowing material dialog. Of type, the thing, open. Login dialog. Showing notification. This parameter NgRX store, Angular 2. Type thing, need params here. Yep, exactly. You can access the payload within the action. Okay, effect this of type this dot action. Okay, wow, I'm stupid. So here I can do action dot type. This action dot type, action dot payload. How can we get this thing? Can do action switch map. This action of type, this and switch map. Action this invoice. Action dot payload. Or you can use to payload function. Payload dot. No, it's not the case. Does not exist on type action. Can I action imported here? Reducer. NgRX. This must from. Yes. Type subscribe. Call this. Come on. Okay. Merge map. Anyway. Okay, I'm passing an action. Can I do action dot what? Dot payload. Well, not sure that this should work. Is the action, it is the type, product interface. Look at this. This API get product action interface. Well, this will be, instead of payload, will be ID. So this will become ID here. All right. So the get product will dispatching get product dispatching an ID here. So this will make things correct normally. Okay, except we broke things on the app component. .ts, so here get product, we need to pass 1. Sorry, just to be an ID of 1. Okay, good. Compiled successfully. All right, let's test this. So back to our page. 2 people are watching. What an achievement. Click. There we go. Now let me look at the network and see if we have any XHR. Let's do this again. What's going on? Well, there is no call. Okay, let's see if the action is being executed correctly. So product view, and I'm passing the 1 on the product view. Okay, and the state's still the same for now. Pretty normal. But why the hell the action is not being executed? Because simply I still did not define the effects. Go to the installation here. Oh, not that, but here. You basically need to add this effect to the module. Okay, so just get back here, go to app module. There you go, and here, add this column there. Just again, we need to import this thing. There we go, and for root, we need to pass an object or an array in this case. Come on. Okay. And the very first parameter will be, where is it? It will be type. Where is the bloody effect? Product effect service. There we go. So here, just paste the thing there. There you go. Generating. And this should solve the issue. Okay. Now let's go ahead and retest this. So go with a quick refresh here. Oh. Shut it. Can I? You? You. All right, so effects is also being initiated here. Now time for truth, click. And yeah, so this is basically coming from the effect. Now I would like to see in the network, do we have that call? Course shitty errors. So localhost API product, localhost. Okay. We need to add the key to the web service. So here for now, I do this, I need to be authenticated. Let's copy this thing here. Localhost demo API. Here we go. That's it. We need to pass a key. And to pass a key using the HTTP client, need to use the headers. So here, HTTP client, unauthorized anyway. HTTP client headers. What the heck is this? Backend service. Let's see how we can call this API with a key. Okay, we have a tutorial. Granting access to the web service. So let's enable things. Here we go, the key, save. No, this is PHP stuff. I need to see some JavaScript web service. See the getting started. Is there anything useful? Boom, 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 boom. HTTP add example / API. Well, it's not even a header. Okay, there we go. So we need to pass this authentication. Okay, good. Angular. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, let's get back to the service, product service. Here, get product. No shit, not there. Type, be calling this get product here. So this is the URL, and here we could get options. Oh, sorry. Is that correct? So let's go with, do we have any hands? Headers, yes. Do we have any hands here? Authorization. I need to pass this. Authorization. That seems to be compiling correctly. Now let's retest and see if we will have a header being submitted. So click, and the authorization is here. Oh, sorry, except we need to define our own key. So get back here, copy that little thing there, and paste it here. There we go. Now this should work. And we don't need this log to be there all the time. Now click. Okay, course error. What is this error? This should work, by the way. That's the JSON format. Now we have the authorization is here. Strict origin 1, cross origin. Let's Google this. Come on, Angular. Comment intégrer une requête Corse? Okay. Go ahead and copy this. This that here. Okay, HTTP headers across origins, and I will also need to pass this little thing here, and here I will simply pass headers or option request. I hope this will solve this problem. Okay, click, same thing, strict origin. No, it's not working, buddy. Okay. Like full. Resources. Example. Add one of the following headers to the HTTP IO JSON IO format. Query param. Go ahead and test this. Go ahead and do basically this. Add. Will this solve the problem? I hope so. Here, get the product. Click. Come on, 404. Localhost / that thing for no. It must be in HTTP. Not dot. No. That's the URL without these things. Okay. Get Cars again. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because as I know, course problem must be solved on the web server side. So go ahead and update this thing. Okay. Go ahead and open. And I go to websites here, demo. And we need to open that .htaccess and hopefully I will find it. Where is the htaccess? Forget this. Let's see if I can access it manually. Website demo. There you go. This is it. Open with text edit. Here, paste that thing there. And no, let's retest. Okay, let's hit that again. Come on. Strict origin. Unknown. How the URL will look like here. Build URL. WS key. I think we need to concatenate. Okay. Let's try this out. Is that WS? Is that thing? WS. Okay. And let's say WS equal to this Mitsubishi. Okay. Well, I don't believe that this will solve the problem, but let's hope so. Okay, that's refreshed. Shit. Oh, it seems like the WS is empty here. Oh no, sorry. WS is equal to nothing there. Okay, hit the button. Click WS course. Away. So here WS key underscore key. Nope. Failed. Load access, no access control. Okay, how I solved this problem? If module header set allow all authorization. Okay. Course fixing. htaccess. Wasted a lot of time on this shit. Come on. If module header access. Rewrite on. Allow origin. Come on. Header always allow set control header whatever. This is what we did here. Come on. Yeah, it's the exact thing. Header set allow control origin to that thing. Yes. Okay, let's go ahead and allow this to be accessed from the localhost. Syntax origin local. Okay, click. Start to get pissed off here. Come on. Come on. This is it. If I hit correct. Oh, this is Node.js related. Go ahead and create this thing. Going to create it here. path through right. Step 2. Oh, this is the serve. We have the build here, the options. Proxy configuration file does not exist. Proxy.conf. How is that? Oh, yes. Must be under the root. Where is it? Move. Okay. Start this again. See if this will solve this hassle. Our production environment. How can we call now? We'll be using /API. Localhost and see. Server/API. Object specify the configuration, hence in order to make request the URL will be your host/API. That would be localhost/API, something like that. Okay. So localhost/demo/API. And if I go back being to this my product, then instead it will be API. So here localhost 402. There you go, something like this. Let's test this. All right, if I hit nothing happened, click preview, work. That worked. Well, bloody hell, that took a lot of time to figure out. Yes, so we have a product. Now, if I move back to this Redux here, we do see that we have another action dispatcher. It's movie kind of things. We'll be updating that. And we need to update the payload. So if I look to this action, we have the payload that is basically product with all these things, right? So let me close this, hide this, and moving back to my effects, which is this one. Okay, so here instead of movies, we need to create a new action or use the already created here. So let me do this. Let me rename this to, let's go to the product action, make things more organized. So here, product action, there we go. And we have update products. Let's create a new one here, and I'm calling that, will be called success get, kind of fancy name here, and it will be of type, let's create a new entry here. It will be success, and it will equal to, again, product page, same thing, just same signature. So here's go product page, and we will say update. Okay, success loading, something like that. Okay, so it will be of type here success loading, and it normally should have a product here, product like this, and it will be of type object. Okay, product success, everything should be okay now. Now if I also, we need to export this, we should not forget it. Product, there you go. So back to our effects, and here the type will be a product action. Come on, good. And it will be of type success. Here we go. And the payload here will be basically product. So it will be of type product. And we have a little warning here saying that this product thing, which is success, is expecting a product. It must return a product. What? Observable, it must be product success, props product, and it must be of type object. So here just need to type, let's make this an any here. That could solve the problem. It's product, create actions, product. This basically must be this. There you go. This is here. Let's go to the line. The type, what the heck I'm saying, sorry. This here. Declaration or statement expected. What do you mean by that? Success product. And this is the payload. Sorry. Something went wrong. I think I escaped something. Action.payload. Product action dot success product. Whoa, sorry. Sorry, we basically need to pass this product action string. Sorry. Product action string dot success. There we go. Payload here will be product instead. It's better, more simple. And movies here, let's go ahead and rename this to product. There you go. And we're good. Now we'll be dispatching this action. And now we'll be creating a reducer that will receive this object and update the store. Okay. So go back to the reducer. Product reducer. And just need to be adding a new one here. So again, let me just duplicate this. On, dude. There you go. On, so on product get success, or success get something. Call that what? Product action string. Yeah, success. So we're having a start, we're having the product here. They will be spreading the product, and that should be okay. So let me make sure again that I did everything correctly. Here we can update this later, no problem. So we'll be dispatching a type success, that is basically a product, as you may see here, product success loading, and we'll be having the product as a payload. And here in our reducer, we'll be intercepting that action. So on product, that thing of type success, then we'll be basically spreading that product to the store. Let's go ahead and test this. So refreshing the page and hit that thing, success loading. Now let's see how the state will look like. Normally we should have a big object. Okay, product inside the product. We'll fix that later, but we have all the data available now, the title, the price, the EN, the stuff, all we need. Now let's fix this ugly thing. So here, let's do state or product, state dot product. Come on, we'll equal this. We'll simply spread. We don't need this. What kind of things I'm saying? We'll contain an object of all the things contained inside the products. Okay, let's retest this. Get product. This is state. So our state will look like product. Okay, why the hell we have product inside another product? Because basically here it's a product of product. There we go. We just need to do this. It's a bit confusing because here we returned a payload to be product, and when I do product here, I simply throwing that object as it is. Okay, so we just need to spread it. Now we should have the display correctly. So product, come on. Okay, click state product on the side, another product. Let's see the state product, product, product. Bloody hell, what the heck? Product, do we have another? Well, I don't understand this correctly, but this should solve the problem. We don't need to create a new entry, because if I look to do this, you just want to see the console. Let's type. This is the product, by the way, inside the reducer, and product reducer 18. Product 13 being called here on get product. Okay, get product. We don't need to return anything at this point. Let's put this into a comment. Okay. Boom. Let's simply return this. Simply spread the state as it is without doing anything else. Okay. So when the action happen here, this product should be an object. Okay. That has been built inside this product effect. So it will be product of an object. Okay, let's see. Just now click. Okay, so this is product 18. This is okay. This is a problem. I think the web service itself return a product, an object. Okay, let me go to the network here and say okay, I get the point. So we have another entry point. This is why we have product. Let's look at the state. I hope that it's well organized now. Okay, there we go. So this is what we needed to have. Oof, how long? 1 hour 45 minutes. Pretty messy video. I'm sorry for that. I hope you enjoy that in some way. The point was not to really to create a tutorial, but to train a bit on NgRX and to play around with these web services. And the thing that we faced a lot of issues with the chorus problem and stuff. Thank you for watching. I hope that you liked this video. If you like it, and if you're still watching it now, consider leaving a good thumb up and a good comment. More videos are coming up. Thank you for watching, and peace.